Here we go. As I mentioned, welcome to Collaborating Connections. And again, my name is Dawn Evans Casey. Um, Collaborating Connections has been a part of TTR Networking for the past 6 years, and TTR stands for To the Rescue Networking, which has been around for 13 years. The rescue is an acronym for those tenets that we strongly support and believe in. The R is for relationships, and we are all about relationship building. The E is for education. The S is for success strategies, which we love to share. When something works for us, we love to talk about it and see if it'll work for somebody else. The C is for community. We are big supporters of our nonprofits and community members around us who are sometimes the source of our clients, sometimes the source of our referrals. But as much as we want to thrive, we want our communities to thrive as well. The U is for understanding, and that's why we ask questions and really get to know each other as we build our relationships. The E is for execution. All of this effort and information and sharing would mean nothing if we did not go forward and execute on some of these wonderful ideas and follow up on some of the very warm referrals that we are routinely making. So again, thanks for being here tonight. Jennifer Johnson, our fearless leader and executive director of TTR Networking, is not available to be with us on the call tonight. She's got a music practice. And I usually ask Jennifer to give some of the highlights of what's going on within TTR Networking. I do know that tomorrow night, that's Wednesday, the, 25th, is networking with Inspire Small Business in their trick or treat, their Halloween themed networking in-person event. So be sure to check out Inspire Indiana or TTR Networking's website for additional details. You can register online and then show up in person to share your business cards, meet some wonderful professionals, and engage each other. Then on Thursday night, the 26th, is the TTR Networking 13th birthday celebration. And it's a wonderful opportunity for TTR Networking to celebrate our global partner and community partners, as well as it is an in-person open networking. So there is going to be lots of getting to know wonderful people again, opportunities to win some prizes, have some fun, enjoy some hors d'oeuvres and some, I believe that there's brewery, some drinks available as well. But that you want to be sure to register on Eventbrite and attend in person on Thursday evening. Friday is the networking at the Haverstick, and I may be leaving something out, so please feel free to log on to the TTR Networking website to stay updated on all of the wonderful events in person or virtual on Zoom, networking opportunities to connect and share and have some fun. TTR Networking has a new website, so I invite you to go check it out, find out about all of the wonderful groups that are under the TTR Networking Hub. Feel free to contact us at Collaborating Connections through the TTR Networking website, through our Facebook page, Collaborating Connections Facebook page, or through our Collaborating Connections LinkedIn page. So I'm getting feedback that our LinkedIn page is actually making some wonderful connections and people are noticing us. So as well, following our meetings on Zoom on a weekly basis, I love to post the recordings to social media, and you can find this recording as well as our history back. We have well over 60 recordings of our TTR networking meetings available on the Collaborating Connections channel on YouTube. And you can also find the recordings posted on the Facebook page and LinkedIn page. So do enjoy. Anybody out there who's within our listening distance who may be interested in coming to visit with us at Collaborating Connections, telling us a little bit about yourself and your business, sharing in the professional development and learning success strategies, please reach out to us. Let us know that you're interested. There is no cost to come by and visit. We want to get to know and meet you, and we'd love for you to see what we are all about. So it's always a good time. As I kick off tonight, I would like to give the opportunity of anybody on the Zoom call to share with us some of your wins from the past week or coming up here in the near future. So I will open the floor and acknowledge. Does anyone have any wins that they'd love to share? CB? CB, have you got something?
Always got something.
All
Always got
right.
something. It's the attitude that makes it a win. It's not always the stuff going on. Anyway, this past weekend had a wonderful event at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds. The Good Journeys Expo was there. Catherine probably talked about it a little bit when she was with you guys last week. And we had a wonderful show and lots of people came out and it was a very enjoyable experience. So that is wonderful there. Got an opportunity for drone photography sometime this week, shooting a large place out in Avon. Slight problem is that it's about 30 feet from the end zone of where the Indianapolis International Airport has its Class A airspace. So I've got to contact air traffic control to make sure I can fly. So tons of fun. So
Good wishes in that endeavor. I hope that all works out. And can you tell us a little bit more about the Good Journeys event, what that was about and how often they have it?
Good Journeys Expo happens twice a year. Usually it's about the third week in October and the third week in March. And it's at the Noblesville Fairgrounds. And it is a whole bunch of, I don't know how to classify it really. You have anything from rocks and crystals to pottery to baked goods, home goods, psychics, mediums, readers, tarot, past lives, Reiki healers. Trying to think of all who's there. There was one vendor with Ayurveda, which is the Indian energy system there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So, or photography. So we're doing that. So it's really just a fun event and people come out and kind of with their people. So it works.
Okay. Cool.
We have another one in 2 weeks in Columbus, Ohio. And then our big show is the weekend before Thanksgiving down in Cincinnati. So we'll be down there for that one.
Okay. And be sure if you've got these events that you are attending as a vendor, if you want to share that, that's something that we can definitely post out there on the Collaborating Connections or TTR networking site. Nicole is saying, yeah, send it to me.
Will do.
So feel free, and we will get you post those out on social media and get some folks who might be coming out to say hi and support you and have a good time. So thank
Cool.
you. Awesome. Anybody else have any wins that they'd like to share? Any good stuff. It doesn't have to be related to your business if you've just got something positive. And the purpose that we share our wins is simply so that we have a chance to get to know each other better. We know that we have lives beyond our business, and who knows, as we're sharing, we might find things that other ways that we are connected or things that resonate amongst us. So always a great opportunity to spur some conversation. Nicole, do you have a
Yeah.
win you'd like to share?
Well, I'm just so excited to see everybody, and that Kim is here again. Yay, Kim from Louisville. Just amazing that how we connected 2 weeks ago. We connected after 20 plus years or so. But a win I was gonna share is that been kind of looking at my business, and I'm gonna be bringing back the Start Your Week, where the you know, and the thing that's so hard when you do like an event like that is that with me, I look at, people who have come, consistently, and I want to tap into them, because you want everyone to be happy. You want to pick a good time and everything. But
Mhm.
but feedback, which I'm so thankful, you and Nancy have been dedicated so much, and I so appreciate you. So I'm thinking it's going to be like a Sunday, like at 6 or something, so we do it like before Monday, so we can do like the Sunday night mindset kind of thing. So I've been talking about it, but I'm actually getting it on paper, and that's what's so important. We can talk about things all we want, but once we start actually putting it on paper, even abstracts, it's just start with a few ideas, set it aside, do your other important stuff, and then go back, and get it on the calendar, do it messy, as Kathy Heller says. So, but
Awesome.
yay. So thank you.
I'm so excited for you and for me. I absolutely loved your Start Your Week
Thank you.
presentations, Nicole,
Aw.
and I found myself in my office on Monday mornings doing my breathing and affirmations, and just missing that overall connected
Thank
feeling
you.
from your events. So glad to hear they're coming back.
Thank you. Yay. And for those of you who have not come, it's well, all it is just like half an hour long, and it's just a simple meditation. We all do it together, and in the comfort of our own homes. We can wear what we like, some people turn off their cameras, so they have their own private, space, but it's the connecting. It's kind of like my way to send y'all off with like a virtual hug, and just kind of a few simple meditation things. I'm not what do you say? I'm not certified or an expert. My goal is just to send everybody with like a virtual hug and just happiness. So it's just a little something, little to kind of get you through your week, start your week. So
Yay.
yay. So, but I'll send that out, and I'll share, links and everything. And if y'all are interested, and pretty much everybody is welcome. We did it for just like women last time, but we can open it up, CB. We can. And speaking of CB, I saw a post, I think after the event, or maybe it was close to when your event was ending, Sunday, and I believe was it Peter that was drawing, that they had a whiteboard, and he was just these beautiful drawings, and I think the way that it was advertised was like, I don't know, I'm going to say it right, but drawing on demand. Maybe somebody had a vision, or somebody was asking him or something. That was so cool.
We were really just trying to get him up and going, because people will come up and talk if you're doing something.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that way, just sitting in the chair for 6-7 hours, looking at people wasn't a good sales technique. So we were trying to find something that worked a little better. And yeah,
It's hard. You got to find courage. You have to, sometimes you get comfortable and, sometimes you just need that 20 seconds of courage to just, why don't you try doing something on the board, and then it turns into something magnificent.
and sometimes you have to leave your comfort zone in order to grow.
Exactly. Yes,
And,
exactly. Yes.
That was part of it as well. And getting him doing that was going to be handy.
Yes.
So that's why he was up there doing it. So the first time we've had him at the show, he's actually sold a bunch of stuff at the shows that he goes to. So people like his art and stuff. So that's handy. So
yeah, definitely.
just trying to attract more for him.
Good.
Awesome.
I love it.
But thank you for noticing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So the power of social media, y'all, it helps bring things to light. So
It helps when we're manifesting. Yeah.
manifest. I love that word. Yes, manifesting.
I absolutely do as well. And by the way, well, one of my wins, I had the opportunity this past Saturday. Deanna Murray with the Resenergized Sanctuary had an event on Saturday night, which was a ladies overnight in the sanctuary, relaxation and retuning and so forth. I absolutely loved it. It was a great experience. And one of the ladies who attended, I didn't know anybody else originally who was attending the event, but one of the ladies knew you, CB, knew you and Catherine from church on Keystone.
Yeah, down at the Progressive Spiritualist Church, I give messages, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a year down there. So that doesn't surprise me. The lady who runs the Resenergize comes down there from time to time and talks to the people. So yeah, she'd be getting some people up there, but yeah, they're familiar with us.
Cool. Small world. Overall, that it was a very restful, meditative event to attend. And as I'm headed up to Michigan this week to help my mom, who is having surgery tomorrow, if you all would keep her in your prayers. She'll be 86 in a couple of weeks, and she still lives on her own and does amazing, but she gets a little anxiety, especially about to undergo surgery. So her anxiety then spreads to me as well as I have to travel and help her out. So it was much needed. That was my win for the past week, to be able to start it off in a peaceful, meditative state. Nancy, Kim, any wins you'd like to share? Okay. Well, we will go ahead and move forward and start our roundtable introductions. It's funny, I want to go ahead and introduce Nancy, who actually got on the call tonight early, way before me. So Nancy, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Nancy Vesley, IHC Specialty Benefits, local licensed health insurance agent. Unfortunately, after October 15th, Medicare opened up. So I'm doing more Medicare than under 65 at this point in time. Talking to people and just looking what plans they're on and if there's anything better that's out there, we review. And lately everybody's on a really nice plan. So I don't pressure them. I don't insist they jump onto my plan. We just discuss the options and what ideas there are. And I just learn for everybody has their own plans and what they like about them. And I just like hearing that. So I know if someone else says the same thing, it's like, oh, I really like getting my prescriptions through the mail. And they do really good jobs. I mean, stuff like that, so when the next person that comes along and says, I don't know where to get my prescriptions, I have backup on where the one thing I heard this time is in the past, if you don't do anything, they just leave you on the same plan. They used to send you the big, thick book. Well, now I guess they're emailing you all this stuff. So if you're not looking for the email, you're looking for the book in your mailbox, you're not going to find it. So that's good to know that you have to go back into your email and dig out your benefits for 2024 because you're not going to get that book right away. But it's good to hear how they're doing it so you know what to tell people. So if you know anybody over 65 that's on Medicare, I'd like to talk to them if they're interested in talking to someone.
Good. All right. Thank you so much, Nancy. Do we have any questions this evening for Nancy Vesley and IHC Health Insurance? Yes, Nicole.
Okay, so it's not a question. It's just a shout out to Nancy. I was recently in a jam, and then shortly after I was in a jam, my oldest was in a jam, and her new baby were in the jam. It just spreads. But I turned to Nancy for some advice on Marketplace, and she was just like super fast. She asked those kind of questions. Do what's most important to you, and for us, it was really the doctors, and there's so much to consider, for us, for me, and I'm a Google searcher, but this, for my social media, I constantly search, but her expertise, she has the right program. She knows exactly where to go and was just so flexible and so helpful. And we're just so grateful, Miss Nancy. So thank you. It's got to give her a shout out. So
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And those words go a long way, Nicole. Certainly, we always say, there are a lot of other people out there that are doing what we do. How are we differentiated? Or, what can we do different and better? And certainly to have a wonderful, a warm testimonial about a real life situation where a professional helps you. You want to acknowledge it and thank them and spread that word. So thank you so much, Nicole. Nancy, I know previously, as I'm headed to Michigan to visit with my mom, I know that you don't do Michigan, but if you have a contact up there that I can refer her to,
Okay, I'll find you someone.
I would love to get that information. Thank you.
Okay, will do.
Great. All righty. Next, I would like to invite Kimberly Goode. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am. Thank you. I'm sorry that I had to step out for a moment. I am Kimberly Goode with Goode Business Solutions. We do bookkeeping and payroll, and right now we are helping people to clean up all of their things to bring them current so that they don't feel overwhelmed and everything at the beginning of the year. So right now is a really good time for people to get caught up and not have the stress of time when they're trying to get their taxes done. So it's a good time to get together, get everything cleaned up, because doing a cleanup job, we're not just doing it and we're like, here you go. We have to have meetings with them. We have to, is this, categorized correctly? Like, how do you, or not categorized? We need to know, like, what did you buy at Amazon? What did you buy at Walmart? We need to know what these things are. So there's a lot of questions in a cleanup job, and it just makes it easier if nobody's rushed doing it in January or February or April 1st. Or so that is who we're looking to talk to right now. So,
Or April 15th.
Yeah, they contact us on April 1st. I have been contacted to see if we can get everything cleaned up so they can file in 2 weeks. And I'm like, seriously? Like, no, I want to do a good job. I'm not going to be pressured. So
it would be wonderful if you had that magic wand, Kim, but you've got this process right now that helps people get caught up, that is probably as stress-free, as helpful, as beneficial and learning as it can possibly be.
And it's free.
And it's free.
It's free. Yes. So yeah, I just, even like with my current clients, it is so important that because our position, like the bookkeepers, we can just be quiet. We can just be pushed off to the side, be quiet, and they don't know that we're even doing anything except for billing them each month. And so we want to have as much interaction with them as possible. We want to help them to grow through these things. A lot of people aren't aware how much money they spend at the at Starbucks. They're not aware of like how much money they're spending each month on software that they're not even using. So these are conversations that we like to have, so that we help them to grow and pay themselves. And that's another thing that like people get stuck, is not paying themselves. So it's really, really important to help them to pay themselves. Profit first method. Pay themselves first. So.
Super awesome. As Kim was speaking, the word, our organization, collaborating connections, the collaborating, that's what's important. And that's what we as professionals offer our customers and clientele. It's not just to pick up a task and get something done, or the transaction, sell this product and there it goes. It is all about helping our clients and customers to have better understanding, to have more confidence with that product or service, to make them happy, to make their lives easier. So thanks so much for what you do, Kim.
Thank you, Dawn.
Do we have any questions? Any other questions or comments for Kim tonight? Yes, Nicole.
Me again. So Kim, you have this amazing, is it a 12-week program?
Yes.
12-week program. Yes, we put it out on social media 2 weeks ago. We can go ahead and run it again if you like. And I want to sign up. I'm like, I'm thinking about that today. I'm like, why didn't I even, because I want to see, what it's about. I want to, when you sign up for something, from a fellow referral partner, friend, sometimes it may not be something you need at the moment, but by learning what the product, the service is, you can be a better referral. So it'll help, so I'm going to be signing up for that. So, but we'll go ahead and we'll run it again. And so people see that's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. The whole 12-week thing is breaking down everything into 12 weeks so that you're not, because if you sit down and try to catch everything up for an entire year, you're going to walk away from it. And it is going to sit there for months and months because it is not anything you want to deal with. But if you take like the very first week where it says, just get bank statements, that's it. Don't do anything else. Get some bank statements, print them out, put them on your desk, walk away and leave it. Because then you walk away from it, you leave it for a week, you come back next week, you'll get the text message, get those receipts together, put the receipts together. I can't remember what week 2 was, but it was something, so it was like little steps that you can do, get the proper software, and then that's it. And then just go back to what you do that makes you money, go back to your business and do that. And then, take these little tiny steps to that way. Because if you try to do all of it, you won't leave it for a week. You'll leave it for
overwhelming. It's over. And I love something that you snuck in there, but I caught it 2 weeks ago, so I'm sure y'all caught it. It's a text program, y'all. These go directly to your phone. They're not going to get lost in email land, or hit your spam, or, and it's just, I'm so excited. So yes, I'm going to try it. I'm just fascinated with program. I have a digital program out there. So I love the idea that yours is a text. So, and you gave me that idea like 2 weeks ago. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I want to add, I love that idea, Nicole. I've talked to you about how to offer it to other people, and now I'm thinking, Kim, I'd like that too.
Right?
Who knows? There
Take
could
it,
be
girl.
something in there that I'm missing right now, and I have no idea that I'm missing it.
Well, take it, go and y'all just here, I'll put the link to it in the chat and y'all just click on it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got it saved in my Word. So, but thank you. So, yay.
All righty. Thanks so much, Kim. And let's see, next, are there any other questions for Kimberly Goode, by the way?
No, well, not for me, but we have a friend, Tina Noble, is on. I don't know if you can see her.
Yes, I can.
You can.
Hi,
Okay.
Tina. Tina is the visitor that I was expecting this week. So it's so nice to see you join. All right. I am going to invite CB Bjork. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, sure. I am CB Bjork, Ascension Imaging Studio. I do headshots, branding, marketing, seniors, portrait photography. I'm a licensed, FAA licensed drone pilot, so I can do all sorts of real estate, land, large scale aerial photography as well. So put my chat stuff in the chat room. So happy to work and happy to see whoever. And on the quick note on the side, Kim, I sent you a chat. Want to see about getting together sometime. Cool. Any questions for me?
What's that?
Any questions?
There you go. You're taking my words.
Yeah, we're going to get down to Tina because we want to hear what she does.
Yeah. Any questions or comments for CB Bjork? All righty. Well, thank you so much, CB. It was a pleasure visiting with Catherine. Now, both of you certainly can join us if you can. We love what both of you bring to the table. And there are very few, if any other right now, husband and wife professional teams within our TTR networking organization. So nice to see you back. All righty. Next, I'm going to invite Nicole Williams. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business? Yeah, you just have to unmute.
There we go. Sorry. Hi there. I am Nicole Williams. I am a social media strategist, blogger, teacher. I have founded a Start Your Blog website, online business. And basically, it's simple marketing solutions where I help clients find their voice in their branding, their wording. I get to kind of look at what their present social media presence is, and I kind of do like a little evaluation of it and how I could make it better or meet their ideal customer. So I love doing that. And I have a digital program, a digital course, e-course on Tony Robbins and Dean Graciosi's mastermind site. So I don't know if y'all have heard of that. They combined a couple of years ago and it is just so much fun. So it's just, I get to have that on there, and it's something that is self-paced and you can do on your own time. So I love that, so it kind of frees up my time to work one-on-one with clients. And I'm also Jennifer Johnson's executive assistant. I do a lot of posting on TTR networking social media sites. And that's one thing I need to ask you about, John, is the LinkedIn. If you want me to start on the collaborative collections, sharing the posts that I share on TTRs on LinkedIn. So, which is usually, the same. So we can talk about that. We can, if you want, we can, that way you get you built up more, got more goodness in there, but I can't wait. I need to see your LinkedIn. So I'm so excited. Congratulations. And then if it's okay, just to give 2 quick tips. Nick's quick tip I came out all by myself. I came up with that. So like a social media tip, I don't know. Well, something that's real big is the consistency in posting in the social media. And one big thing out there is like the busiest days to post are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't know if y'all have heard that. Sometimes people are too busy to post or too busy to schedule. Pick a day, even if it's like Friday, it could be your kickoff to the weekend or something. And if you post something of value to your ideal client, because that's where you start, you post to your ideal client, it's going to go out to to everybody, and then it'll also attract other people, if that makes sense. So it's really cool. So, but I wanted to do that, and then sometimes clients ask me, what is valuable to my clients? How do you come up with ideas? And one, if you ever, want to share, just kind of like what I'm doing right now, like a quick tip or something. But also, let's just say, maybe like the day before you were trying to sign up a client for your program and there was an objection. One of the most common ones is, I don't have the time. Maybe maybe your quick tip could be, try it 10 minutes before you go to work, or something like that. Look at a time, in the morning. Some people are more creative in the morning than at night, but just kind of, or, block it out. And the neat thing is, like, even if you even like once a month, it's going to become a pattern and people are going to look for that. So I just wanted to share that. I hope that's okay. Little quick tip.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
You're
Nicole.
welcome. You're welcome.
Do we have any questions or comments for Nicole Williams? Well, I've got a quick question. When you mentioned that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the busiest times for posting within social media,
Yes.
so does that mean that that's the best time to jump on board and add ours to it? Or
Yeah, actually, but then again, it's what works for you, but it's also the times when people are most on there. I wonder, the saying Mondays are busy, people are catching up, Fridays less people, they're getting ready for the weekend, so that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, is really good time, like the 8 to 5, and sometimes if you use the Facebook meta planner to schedule, it'll suggest times, and some of them I think are hilarious. I'm like, really? 10 o'clock is a good time? Try it and see what happens, because if Facebook knows, for the time frame and everything. So it's interesting. It gives you ideas, and sometimes you're like, I don't know, but try it. And also, if somebody likes your post, or definitely if they comment, respond back. It's so hard. Sometimes I forget, and I'm like, okay, I got to go back and see if anybody commented, and and kind of engage with them. But then go to their profile, see if you can see their profile or mark them as a friend. And then kind of engage with them a little bit. And on that, I'm thinking Nancy shared a great post with that. She took it a step further. Do you know what post I'm talking about, Miss Nancy? It might have, in all fairness, I was getting caught up on her old posts. So it was really cool. It was something where it says, like, if you engage 3 times, like if you engage with somebody maybe on their profile 3 times, you'll now start getting feed,
Okay.
from them. I think that's, it's just all these, I just love this stuff, it's just neat, Facebook is like looking out for you, and trying to align you with, people that enjoy what you do, need what you have, want what you have. So did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Yes,
That's
it
it.
did.
Okay, good. Okay.
Have given me some ideas. So thank you so much, Nicole.
Yay.
Much
You're so
appreciate it.
welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments for Nicole? All righty. Well, here we are. And I get the opportunity to introduce our visitor, Miss Tina Noble. Tina and I went to high school together. And I have been connected to her on social media as she's gone from Michigan to Chicago, now Atlanta. And Tina has been watching us on our LinkedIn page. So I am just so happy that she is here tonight to talk about her business. I know that we've had Primerica represented within the TTR networking realm previously, and we've even had a Primerica representative within our group. And something that I really love about Primerica in all of its facets is that it's an opportunity to build a business, get other people involved in it, as well as helping the clients. So it's multifaceted. And Tina has a perfect personality to do all that. So without further ado, Tina Noble, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am. Thank you so much for that. You're too kind. Good evening, everyone. Apologize for being late. I just was working on something, happened to look up and it's like, oh my God. So I apologize. But interesting coordinates that everybody from what I heard from people thus far. But yes, I am with Primerica. I've been with us a little under 3 years now. However, I have a background of over 34 years working in legal services as a legal assistant. I have over 22 years working in the real estate industry. So I do have my own real estate company in Chicago. And then what I do now is the financial services. And I'm very, very big on educating people and connecting people and making sure that people have the right tools within reach so that they can be able to change their lives or educate those around them so that we the company is in enough debt, right? So we don't need to add to the country's debt for our own personal reasons, and I'm a big advocate for this. So as she stated, I am with Primerica. What I like to tell people is it's really a form of asset management that I'm in, right? I'm helping my clients in the areas of finance, banking, investments, as well as insurance, specifically life insurance, but we also have referral services for homeowners and auto insurance if you want to be able to see if you can make savings, save from what you're currently paying. A lot of times they'll put us in bundle deals, right? Where we'll have our auto insurance attached with our homeowners or renter insurance attached with, they might even slide in a couple of investments or life insurance policies, but do you know what you're actually paying on each of those? And do you know what you're actually getting from each of those? So I'm very big on educating people. Yeah, I do have the licenses to where if you need the help and the assistance, I can help guide you and direct you. But more importantly, I want to educate you on what it is that you have. A lot of people have misunderstandings. A lot of us, we learn to do business or to get things for ourselves by those that were around us. We watched our parents, our grandparents, and we replicated whatever it was that they passed down to us. Was it right or wrong? We don't know. It might have been right for them. It might have been right during that specific time, but that same product might not necessarily be right for you, or the way that theirs was structured might need to be structured differently for you. So I'm very big on trying to help people understand that. And one of the other things that I help people do is I work with someone that's in social service with training and getting when the people are getting ready to graduate from social service out of college in the social service field, they're moving on to corporate America. And a lot of them, no matter who they're working with, but this goes across the board, no matter who you're working with, when you go to that job and you get it and you're sitting down with your human resource director, right? And I'm not offending anybody that's maybe in HR, okay? But when you're sitting down with them and they hand you these packets when you're signing on, right? And you got to pick your plan. You got to pick your investments if you're enrolling in this, if you're enrolling in that. And for a lot of us, especially if it's our first job, right? We don't know what any of that stuff is. We're trying to go. They need that paperwork back within 48 hours, and you're just picking something, not knowing what it is or what you're doing. And I like to tell people that HR is not designed to break that down for you, because believe it or not, a lot of people that's in that position, they don't know themselves, right? And they can't help you figure out the right strategy with the investment side. If you're doing a 401k, they can't help you. They can help you a little bit with the medical part of it, but it's only going to be for what they've been educated from the reps from those companies and telling you what's bundled in those packages again. But people don't know that when you get life insurance through the job, if your job is paying for it and you don't have to come out of pocket, beautiful. That's a bonus. If you have to pay a little bit, right? They might say you can 10x or 5 times your salary for this little bump of an increase, right? That you're paying them, but you don't really know what happens with that. And what people don't understand is that those policies, the employers, they own those policies. You don't own that as an employee. You don't own it because it's not an individual policy. It's a group policy. And a lot of people don't know that. So I've started this thing where I sit with people that's about to enter into the workforce, and it's called Everything That HR Can't Tell You, and it's basically just educating our young people out there. Start putting up your investments early, even if it's $25 a month in a an IRA or inside of a mutual fund for yourself, because as that grows for you while you're building your life and you're working and getting a family and all of that good stuff for the next 20 to 30 years of your life, that could be growing for you. So by the time you 40 or 50 years old, guess what? That $25 a month turned into $500,000 for you. And you're setting yourself at an advantage. So I'm just out here trying to get in front of people, as many people as I can. And like she said, yeah, we do offer the opportunity as well for those that want to come in. I call them being boots on the ground, right? Soldiers in the field of financial services, and just help spread the word. And it's something that can be done on a as you have the time to do it basis. It can be done from anywhere where there's Wi-Fi. There's no ceiling caps on how much money you can make. It's something that pays out 6 days a week, and you can earn whatever it is. And guess what? Our company pays for all of your licenses for you. So that's what I do.
Wow. Super awesome. I love what you shared, breaking it down into the buckets of the many ways that you can help individuals and spread your knowledge of financial literacy, and be aware that some people that are helping you through some stages of your life aren't necessarily knowledgeable and trained enough to give you that effective guidance. So all of this is awesome. I love that when you titled Everything that HR Can't Tell You. Tell me, are you particularly interested in being connected with young people, young investors, young borrowers, young people who need that guidance, or is your net perhaps even wider than that? Who are you looking to be connected with?
My net spreads wide. Okay. Yeah, I would love to get the young ones, because hey, as early as really in high school, and that I'm working on something now with a couple of volunteer programs out here in Georgia to try to get in front of the younger people, the high schoolers, the junior high schoolers, and just kind of start bringing that education level to them. However, I can help them as young as 18 years of age. But I also go for, look, I'll be 55. So I go for the baby boomers. I go for the ones that are about to be the baby boomers. I go for those that, how many times have we had to reset in life? Life happens, right? And we have to go back to the starting line and play catch up again. Jobs change, catch us off guard. We might have to use the money that we had put up in a 401k to live, right? COVID 2020 showed us a lot of that, right? So I try to help people at the stage that they're currently in and figure out from there what needs to be done, what's the plan, what is it that they want to do. And we can do that simply with what's called a financial needs analysis. It's free, it's customized, so it's tailored to that one individual. And what it does is it gives them their financial independence number. That's the number, the amount of money that they need to have set aside so that when they're ready to retire, no matter what their age, if they want to be 40 when they retire, it's how much money that you'll need to have set aside so that when you're ready to sit down, you can sit down, be retired, enjoy life for the rest of your life, and never have to step foot back into a situation where you are the employee again.
Awesome. Thank you. Do we have any other questions or comments for Tina this evening? Yes, Nicole?
I have to share a story. After graduated college, and I tried a couple of different jobs with my major. I worked at General Electric Appliances in Louisville, Kentucky, in the office park, and my dad had already worked in the financial services area forever. And I tell you, that was one of the toughest interviews I'd ever been through. 2-hour interview, 3 sets of 2 people. I mean, just amazing. But I'll never forget, it was a temp to perm. And then when I was offered the permanent position, and you're in there with HR, like you said, and I'm so glad my dad, he gave me it was just so funny. My dad's like, okay, I'm just going to give this to you really fast. You want the short-term disability, you want the long-term disability, you want this, you want that. I had no idea what any of that meant, but he's like, you are going to be offered, you want the 401k, take the highest percent. I had no idea what he was talking about. And I am so glad, Tina, the world needs you. Those kiddos, I would not have known I would not know what LTST meant for years later. I would just, so yeah. So because, and it was so inexpensive. I mean, they might have taken out, we were paid every 2 weeks, maybe, and maybe they took out $5 a paycheck. Are you kidding me? Y'all Google it. Nancy probably knows what I'm talking about. If you try and get short-term disability now and your company doesn't offer it, or you missed getting it, it's expensive, and long term, oh my word, and the stuff that covers, gosh forbid, you need that. And so anyway, so I had to say that. So as soon as you start talking about that, I was like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Hit them when they're in high school, 18-year-olds, senior in high school, even your own online course, I mean, wow, just amazing.
Yeah. Thank you
great,
for that.
great
Thank
title.
you.
You're welcome.
I took you back down memory lane, huh?
You did. I'm in that room right now.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
A lot of our college kids really need it as well. It's just something that's needed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And my thing is, I can't hit everyone. That's one of the reasons why I try to find people that want to, do something different in their life, that loves to be educators, that loves to, help other people. And I try to find other like-minded people. The beautiful thing is I can recruit wherever. So we operate out of the whole entire US of A, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Guam. So you don't necessarily have to be in my state to be able to work with me. And so that's something that, they just have to be able to pass a background check.
Okay, important stuff right there. And that was going to be my next question to you, Tina. What was your geographical boundary, or your touch, your reach? But I know Primerica is so expansive, you have the opportunity, if not you yourself helping, that you've got team that you can reach out to and rely on. So that's the wonderful thing of
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my geographical area is Georgia, but I have teammates as far as California, Georgia, Texas, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, um, um, Hawaii, and I think a couple of other states out there. Again, I'm just trying to find someone that wants to work with this and really get licensed in it. And that's a license that's yours. It's mandated, it's issued by the state that they reside in, but it's yours. So if they want to take that and go and work for, say, a Edward Jones, right? If you get your licenses, your financial licenses, you can take that and go and work at another financial agency if that's what you chose to do, you know. So yeah, so it's I don't have I don't have any limits. And it's crazy because before I came to Primerica, I actually had already wanted my own insurance agency, and I like sat down with a couple of companies out here in Georgia, a State Farm, Allstate, an American Family, and I think another what's that other one? Not Geico, Aflac. Um, and it's crazy because I sat with those companies and I wanted something that I'll be able to pass down to my family. You know, if I'm no longer here, but I've built this business, I don't, if something happened to me, I want my family to still be able to benefit from it, right? And a lot of those companies, if something happened to me, they sell my book of business to the highest bidder. It would not pass down to my family. A lot of those companies, I could not work outside of a specific territory that was specific to me. In that territory, my office had to be within so much of a distance from another office, a competitor's office. I could not hire family within those companies. You know, I would have had to pay for my own licenses within those companies, my life license, as well as for investment licenses. You know, I would have had to come out of pocket and pay for that. And those things are expensive. You know,
Yeah.
not only are you paying for the classes, you're also paying for the licenses, and then you have to renew those licenses. So, you know, the cost can get very costly just to get started up. And so who has that? Who has that time? They want you to, you know, so this was just a better fit for me. The revenue is easier, it's more simple, and it's more lucrative. And like I tell people, you're gonna wind up paying that and getting those services anyway. So why not be licensed and have those that know you in your circle? Why not you be that go-to person for them? They know you, they trust you. The ones that they're doing it over the phone, yeah, you might be my representative for my insurance, but I don't know if you're working in my best interest. You might just be putting me in something because you're netting a bigger profit off of it. I don't know that. So yeah,
Gotcha.
so that's another thing too, why I take it so personal.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tina. All righty. Do we have any other questions for Tina? Okay. Well, I do want to remind you all, beyond this meeting, our weekly meeting, I'm always encouraging everyone to set up those one-on-one calls where you can talk to each other, have that one-on-one exchange, talk in more depth about yourself and your business, find things that resonate between you, get to know and build that trust and relationship. And that's really what TTR networking and collaborating connections is all about. So I know that I've got some golden nuggets just listening to you this evening, Tina. So much appreciated, much appreciated. And we're going to talk more soon. Let's see. Before I introduce myself and my business, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of our other members who aren't here and on the call tonight. Robert Haley, who is a mortgage banker extraordinaire with Old National Bank. He's got more than 25 years of experience in mortgage lending and finance, and he is a wealth of knowledge and information. So if you're interested in buying or selling a home, or just needing some information about financing, finances, and focusing in the right direction, Robert Haley is your guy. Next, we have Carol Blackman, who is a realtor with EXP. She is licensed in Indiana and Florida, and she is a wealth of knowledge and help for her home buying, home selling clients. Week to week, we have heard stories from Carol about how she has gone above and beyond to help and assist her real estate clients. And she's just a wonderful woman to talk with and share with. So if you're interested in buying or selling a home, or just have some questions about that endeavor, Carol Blackman is a wonderful resource. Next, we have let's see, Skylar Hughes with Connor Insurance. And Skylar has been with Connor. I believe he has transitioned from another insurance company previously. He's dealing in home and auto, getting those quotes out. And he is looking to be connected with anybody who is interested in requoting their own insurance, or getting a new car, getting a new home, and needing that liability insurance. Skylar Hughes with Connor Insurance is a wonderful connection. And of course, I mentioned earlier in the call, our illustrious executive director, Jennifer Johnson, who is usually on our calls but not available this evening. Jennifer is a relationship coach, and also a singer, entertainer. And in fact, that's why she's not here with us this evening. She has a singing gig going on. But Jennifer helps business owners stay front of mind to their clients and potential clients. And she is a certified coach and helps businesses put their best foot forward, stay in contact with their customers and potential customers, and improve their business acumen. So Jennifer, you can find out all about her at our TTR Networking website, and just wanted to share those with you this evening. Oh, and I almost forgot our global partner, Robert Bonjour with Offset Printing. So he is located here in the Indianapolis area. And Offset Printing is a family business that has been around for years and years. So if anybody has any printing needs, and not literally anything from copies of documents to books, calendars, etc., Offset Printing is talented and capable in managing those jobs. So be sure to reach out to Robert Bonjour. Okay, so I think that's everybody on my list. I'll mention myself. I know that the box says Jennifer Johnson, but my name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I have been the leader of the Collaborating Connections group for the past 6 years, which has been such a pleasure because I completely enjoy helping people make connections, helping businesses put their best foot forward, growing, talking, sharing, and engaging. My company is, or one of my companies is Spa Travel, which is a full service travel agency. We are all about relaxed adventure. So whether you need to rent a car, get a hotel reservation, you want to do a cruise, destination rail, just fly across the country, or do a tour around the world, Spa Travel is happy to help. I love for my clients to have an enjoyable, relaxed travel experience so that they'll want to travel again. And I relieve them of the stress. Anybody can go online and search and research and book their own vacation. So I utilize my thousands of vendor connections, my knowledge of the travel industry to get you the best deals, get you to the best places where you want to be, so that you have a wonderful time. If you or anybody else is interested in travel, please let me know. Dawn Evans Casey, Spa Travel. My husband and I also manage a genealogy nonprofit where we do educational outreach about family history and genealogy teaching multi-generational families how they themselves can do their own family history research and pull that into a keepsake project that they can continue to build on and pass forward to future generations. We ourselves have so much enjoyed the family history knowledge dig that we're engaging in for both of our families, and the opportunity to meet new family members, understand DNA and genealogy, and make it all worthwhile. So if you know of anybody interested, they can follow us at Claiming Your Roots on Facebook, or reach out to us at claimingyourroots@gmail.com. And last but not least, based upon the assistance of our wonderful Nicole Williams, who has the Start Your Blog business, she taught me how to turn my passion into a blog. So I currently have a blog called Cheerful Chocolate Spirit. I'm a lifelong chocolate lover. A couple of years ago, when I was diagnosed diabetic, I thought I was going to have to give up my chocolate, my favorite thing. I've since learned how to enjoy it and stay healthy. And I just love sharing pictures and recipes and quips and stories about chocolate with other chocolate lovers. So Cheerful Chocolate Spirit is a blog also on Facebook. If anybody's interested, you are welcome to join. We also have logoed apparel, t-shirts, etc., with the wonderful Cheerful Chocolate Spirit logo. So that's a little bit about me. If anybody has any questions or comments, I'm happy to entertain.
Well, I think I'm going to definitely have to hit you up for the genealogy as well as the spa. So
Ooh.
I've been saying I need to get somewhere and I want to do a trip, and I did not do one this year. Just been focused on business. So next year, I turned double nickels this year, next month, and I want to do something. I don't know. So yeah, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna
Yes.
talk. But yeah,
I told you I'm headed to Atlanta in early November, and we need to get together in person.
definitely. That's when we'll do it then. Okay, cool.
Okay. Good. Well, if there are no other questions or comments, I do want to share. This is October, what's today, the 24th? Okay. And during the month of October, our theme is out of the box marketing. So we like to not only have the opportunity to talk about ourselves and our business and who we're wanting to connect with, but we also love to, in our calls, discuss a topic that we each can contribute our own experiences and ideas, and perhaps pick up something new and different that we might be able to utilize ourselves going forward that can help. So I know last week, Jennifer Johnson, when she was on the call, shared about a Skittles marketing ad. So I just saw it for the first time today and was blown away. I certainly want to share this with you all and get your input on what you think about this as an out of the box marketing idea. And if anything like this might relate, might be useful to you in your business. So let me see. I'm going to try to share my screen and okay. Is everyone able to see that?
While most brands are making elaborate
Can you hear
commercials to air during the big game,
Yes.
this is going with a different approach.
Instead of an ad, a Broadway show.
Skittles the music. Yes.
Yep, we skipped the Super Bowl and instead made a Broadway musical all about how horrible and manipulative advertising is. Then we charged people $200 to watch it.
You have to buy a ticket to see an ad.
Yeah, it's a real Broadway show.
Bad marketing idea.
Maybe, but the story blew up and the show sold out in 2 days. Then we dropped the cast album on Spotify and a music video, which didn't exactly celebrate the biggest marketing day of the year. And that blew up too. On Super Bowl Sunday, fans flocked to 43rd and Broadway, where they discovered shirts and posters and vinyl records. Bootleg shirts sold outside made an appearance in the show, as did fake ads in the custom playbill. It makes me spend money. Don't even have buying hundreds of shoes I don't need. These 1,500 people would witness an ad which took months to plan and rehearse and would never be shown on TV or the web. The faceless multinational corporation again. This might have been a big mistake. You'd think so, but the campaign was named funniest Super Bowl commercial of 2019, despite not being on the Super Bowl at all.
The most inventive run in the history of ambush advertising.
Renders every other ad actually playing during the Super Bowl pointless.
The future of Super Bowl ads doesn't include TV or football.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Skittles the Musical became the most talked about ad of the entire game, without spending a penny on the Super Bowl.
Teach the rainbow.
Okay. Stop share. That was, I just saw that today. I was like, wow, I don't remember seeing that in 2019 when it came out. Do any of you?
I don't, but I really wish I would have.
It's pretty doggone interesting. The Super Bowl ad that wasn't part of the Super Bowl and advertising that really had nothing specifically to do with the product, but how successful it was in engaging an audience to spend their money and time and attention towards it. That's the epitome of out of the box to me. That's so very different. So I guess I want to open the floor and get your comments. What do you think? Not only about the Skittles ad itself, but how does it make you look at your own business and what you might be able to do to further your reach, to further your brand, to further your ability to help, customers and clients and potential contacts out there? Yes.
I think it's hilarious. I think I think what they did, and it's innovative, and because I think they just had like one performance, $200 a ticket, sold out, the way people were lined up to see that. It reminds me, there's a story where every year this woman would get her ham or her pot roast or whatever, and she would always cut off the top, the top and the the front and the back, right? And finally, like, her daughter's like, why are you always cutting off the top and the back? And she was like, because that's what I've learned, so it would fit in this one pan. That's what generation to generation. And so it makes you think, just get a different pan, don't cut that off, that's extra food, or I don't know what they did with that, but I love it. I just love it. And they, you think, but it is exciting, to see the Super Bowl commercials. I don't know if anybody else gets exciting. They have some really good ones, it's, but to have something like that, that's totally different, totally out of the box. So I really like that.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
I don't know. It gives me the encouragement to try to find something that can be part of my niche for the industry I'm in. It's such a heavy industry that a lot of people don't talk about it around the table or family to family. And you really only find out a lot about it when you're in a crisis or someone passes or something like that. So it's really like filtering my head with ways that I can probably maybe start like TikToking or even doing reels and find a way to kind of lighten what it is, lighten the subject, but make it engaging at the same time. That what they did was all about engagement, right? And I was sitting there looking at that, wondering, like, okay, someone has to be like from Skittles that had to be able to have the okay to go and put this, as a playbill over in New York on Broadway, to be able to carry this out. Like, I would
Yeah.
like to think,
Sure. They took a risk.
yeah, and
They
it
took
paid
a
off.
risk, and this one paid off.
Yeah.
But, perhaps somebody was sitting at the table thinking, well, what's the worst that can happen? And if it doesn't kill the brand, damage the reputation, if it just disappeared and nobody knew, it's not really such a bad thing. But if it works, awesome. And sometimes we have to think that way. Well, what's the worst that could happen? What do we imagine the best that could happen? And, sometimes that risk is worth it to get out there and do something innovative and different. And, when I mentioned, when stay top of mind, this was probably talked about for a while, well beyond the expectations of average marketing, because it was so unique. And those are the types of things, that we need to pursue from time to time. We know our usual suspects that we're pursuing as clientele. And to take the time to think out of the box and beyond, who else can I help? Who else can I contact? What's going to spark the engagement, the attachment? I get their attention, and then I can give the story that a lot of people may not usually, want to hear about. How can I do that engagement and leave something positive and fun and palatable to potential clients? So that's a lot about the out of the box marketing. We all know, based on what our competitors are doing and other people in our industry, how our products and services are marketed. But what can we do to differentiate ourselves? That's within budget, that's within our resources and capabilities, but is unique and different and fresh and new. And sometimes, just step out there, take that gulp and put it out there and get it done. That's what out of the box marketing in October is all about for TTR networking. So I hope that this has given you something to think about, something simmering in the back of your head as you're planning marketing campaigns for 2024. Looking at your, marketing budget and where you might have room to play with something. Yeah, I want you to seriously think about that. Any other comments before we wrap it up this evening? Any other thoughts on out of the box marketing?
Everything that's popping into my head costing a lot of money. Trying to not to that end. Yeah. I remember when Cricket Wireless came to Louisville and it was a brand new thing, and they paid for everybody to ride the buses for free. So you have to pay like whatever, $1 or whatever to get on we call them TARCs. And so they paid for anybody that was riding TARC got it for free. And it was like in the news and the media, their PR. And I'm like, okay, I can't afford that.
Next. But Tina, what Tina said earlier, I haven't been on TikTok in forever. I have an account and I probably have like three TikToks. But scrolling through and kind of like Facebook, it'll put in your feed, people that you friend with and things that you like. And for me, it was like, recently I was on there and it was like feeds coming. Well, one thing was really funny was like tornadoes. I don't I'm not got there. It's very fascinating. You're like, oh my gosh. But the other thing was like like what do you call it? Like mini trainings. This is where I'm thinking of both the, if y'all with like Excel, like little tips. Did you know if you went in this tab and this box and this PowerPoint, you could do this, and they're done, and I'm like, wow. It's like, it's really cool, so maybe, Kim, you can have a bookkeeping tip, because those are type of blogs. Anything you can add value to somebody, and boy, I remember I'm like save, and you too, Tina, whether it's Primerica, whether it's the special thing for the kiddos, the everything that HR can't tell you, that start getting that hype up. I mean, y'all, in CB, your plethora of all your goodness that, you and Catherine and your sweet family do, I mean, it's just amazing. So I'm sorry, I know we're over time, but
No,
it's something you can do,
it's
and
all
be
good
brave,
stuff.
be brave,
Yeah.
20 seconds of courage.
The thing that I always remember is that when you give, the universe makes you receive.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you can't help but be in that place. If you take $1 in your hand and you give it away, that's your knowledge. That's your expertise. Did it cost you anything? But to someone else out there, that $1, that $5, that $10 of knowledge, that little tidbit may have saved someone a whole bunch.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Kimberly's long hyperlink that appears over here.
Oh my God, no, I didn't.
It's okay.
That to be so long.
It's okay. It's still good. But the thing of it is that expertise of that text, come crunch time, that is gold. And if you get that out there to enough people, then they talk about it. Oh, what really helps me is Kimberly's system, and you just get a text a week or whatever, and there's no cost, or there's little cost. And the ways that you can do that, you give away a little bit of that expertise, the universe is going to bring it back to you. And people who she may not even know, because Nicole's going to use it, or Jennifer's going to use it, or maybe even Tina use that system, then it comes back to her, and marketing comes back to her, because the universe gives her that love back that she gave out to however many people. So be open to giving, and allow for the receiving to happen, because that's just perfect.
Absolutely. I love that. I love your positivity, CB.
It does come back, and I will say this super, super, super quick, because I know we're over and going to go, but the thing that I said to you all at the beginning of the call, with the artist that drew the thing on my house, that's why I had to turn off the camera real quick. The person that did that came to my house during this meeting to apologize for the painting that they put on the back of my house, and they are coming to clean it. Well, they can't clean it, it's wood, but they are coming to repaint the back of my house that they drew on. So
Wow.
goodness, it does came out like, because I was just telling Nancy before the meeting started, I found water damage today. I found termites a couple of days ago. Today I found a male member on the back of my house. And it was kind of defeating. I was ready to cry when I got back on it. But
I'm sending you good vibes.
Yes. Good positive vibe.
12-year-old child that did this is painting the back. So with his granddad.
With his granddad.
With his granddad, because I told his mother I said his first painting job wasn't too good. I don't really want him painting.
Oh, he's coming back.
I'd rather an adult. I'd rather help him paint my house.
Yeah, really.
That's
Let
good.
me why don't you just leave the paint, you know, and the brushes and, you know,
Yes,
$100
to-
bucks.
Right. Well, we'll look forward to hearing an update on that next week. I hope all turns out well, Kim,
Good vibes.
honestly.
Goodness.
As we wrap up the call tonight, I hope that everyone has found something beneficial and useful through our discussion tonight. Go forward, think productively, think positively, and think about that out of the box marketing technique that might work, especially for you. Let's see. So next week we will be together again. And Tina, come back and visit us with us again. Although I'm certainly looking forward to seeing you when I get to Atlanta. Let's make sure that we follow up and do our one-on-one calls routinely on a weekly basis. I post the recording to social media on YouTube, Collaborating Connections Facebook page, and LinkedIn. And I will also include the contact information from our meeting chat so that others looking at the recording can also just go to the chat and find if they want to get connected with you, the information is there and they can get it done. So have a great rest of the week, everyone.
You too.
And
Thank
I'll look
you.
forward to seeing you all again soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank
And
you
thank
Bye.
you
so
all for
much.
your
Bye, everybody.
warm welcomes.
Aw.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Thanks for being
Bye.
with us. Bye-bye now.